the shape of the suspected IED. So the third sensor, we have the metal detector. The metal detector detects any metallic compound or object that's buried just beneath 1 meter beneath the ground. And the last sensor, we have the chemical detector. Since most of the IEDs are made using locally available fertilizers and petrol products, now this one can be used to analyze the data, and all of the data are being processed here and sent to a command center where all other actions to be taken are being tabulated. So this was the first development. We started here in the development of the project, and after seeing that we need to develop more on the range and the capability, we now move to the second phase, which is this one. Yes. We tested it on several grounds, as you can see from the screen. We tested it on several grounds, and we tabulated that it is very much bulky since it weighs 150 meters, 150 kilograms. We saw the need to reduce the sizes of the antennas and the general body composure to a very more advanced robot.
Okay, so this one is more advanced.
Yes, sir. Now the sensors, as you can see from this point, now this big sensors, the antennas, we have now miniaturized this to very small sensors, but very powerful, and are being mounted on the body structure of the robot. Now, for the second advancement, we have added more cameras. This camera gives you the general overview of the whole ground, while this one gives you the specific point as the robot detonates the eye.
Is this one ready? Or it is in the works?
It's in works, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Sir, I now hand over to Senior Sergeant Kimani to take you through the next project.
Kimani.
Your Excellency, sir. The weapon before you, sir, is the counter UAV, also known as the drone gun. Sir, this weapon is locally made in our workshops, fabricated, everything is made in our workshops. It works by emitting a radio frequency signal that interrupts or disrupts the communication between the drone and the controller. It has several compartments, this being the battery compartment, the switching compartment for switching purposes, the frequency generation compartment which generates the radio frequency signal, and the transmission compartment for transmitting the signal. Sir, our gun has a range of up to 400 meters, and this is, we're also conducting this in phases. This is our second phase. Now we are currently in our third phase, where we want to improve our gun to a range of up to 1.2 kilometers.
Yes, that will be better.
Yes, sir. Then
you need to manage the situation when it is still far.
Yes, sir. Then we're also going to add an electro-optical detector so that we can detect the cancer.
Okay, when
Take off.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With your permission, Your Excellency, we want to do or conduct a small demonstration on how this gun works.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir. Well, I'll take you through the drone is over there. And,
that one?
yes, sir. Yes. And I have the control. Here is the will be over there. That is the gun that we just showed you, sir.
Firing now!
this concentrated fire totally over here, we will see how the operates. The local deployments, we have people who operate with the gunner, who operates the gun. The technology. We have the gun. And over here we have the structures. We also have the series of mechanical adjustments. Able to mount the gun. Also, we have done a complete electrical design ourselves, being able to give the controller the autonomy to control required to work with service. Normal deployments receive will and obviously not to be deployed to the commercial areas. Just to have the end goal finally enabled the operator being able to receive information about the air state of the car early enough to prepare for the
So the innovation here is going on.
Yes, Your Excellency. In a nutshell, and explain to you some of the innovations that we have made, especially the radios and the transport management system.
Yes.
Your Excellency, information systems, mandate, Your Excellency, to be able to design similar radios like this one.
Yes.
It is called military radio.
Yes.
The average cost of getting one radio about every 10 to 20 years you need to replace it because of the changes in technology.
Correct.
And because of lack of skill. Every 10
replace everything.
You have to, because of that changing.
Yes.
So, system is to design, research, design, and develop our own Kenyan railway with industry. We can reduce the cost of acquisition and we have a sustainable solution to replacing this. So far we have done some design and it's been tested in my place and we are in the process of onboarding our partner, industry partner. So that exactly, so that we can the process in the next 3 to 5 years we have our solution. So once we do the military grade, we can then go to non-military grade, but then some other security agencies. Okay. Additionally, we are doing software solutions. One of them, we are doing also, we have the recruitment management system that was just launched yesterday by Madam CS.
Oh,
everybody has been enrolled online, so it is very easy to capture the data for the center, for the new recruits.
Okay.
And that is going to save on paperwork.
I'm waiting for the outcome of that.
Day one went very well. Yes.
Okay.
When I could monitor it from my hotel, the teams are now putting in the results and everything.
Okay.
So it's going to. So nobody will never appears. The recruitment center will show up and say who's there.
Yes.
Because the data is captured.
So, Your Excellency, in a nutshell, we are going to reduce on cutting of trees and contribute to Your Excellency's climate change mitigation.
Okay.
In a small way, Your Excellency, we have done a small project here for making our radios communicate together and be able to secure our troops in the field and save lives. Because once they communicate in secure mode, they are able to cut off the enemy and deny him the chance. The second project is for communication batteries, which are able to quickly be able to, because we buy them every 10 years, but the batteries die quickly compared to the radio. Therefore, we have done our own solution. Instead of buying at 75,000 from the manufacturer, we are buying a tonne, we are making it our own, a tonne 20,000.
Okay.
Therefore,
locally here?
Yes, sir.
Simple in this one?
Yes. It's able to serve for 8 hours on the same radio. And that technology, once we know it, we are going to use it for our own radio. And finally, I allow Captain Ganga to demonstrate the
The many aspects that we have, we came up with a solution that will enable us to be able to make the drivers be accountable, to be able to, and also the fuel and be able to know the ranges of the car.
Leo unajua nafanya kazi ya salary watu.
Yemi acha Mungu nyacho kwa maderi ya mon metanga po kila kitu kwa hapa. Sasa kama wewe si mtu na jeshi sahi iko Turkana Muislamu iko kwa jeshi iko Mturkana sahi mtu pasta ambaye sisi huko tumeona dunia hii. Ile kitu najua tu rais na Mwenyezi Mungu peke yake mbarikiwe.
Tumpe makofi mazuri Masai mwenyewe. Basi tukisubiri kuwasili kwake mgeni wetu rasmi, tutapata burudani kutoka bendi yetu ya Maroon Commandos, vile vile Kenya Air Force Falcon Band.
Siwe makaka, ah ah. Tuendelee na burudani, bendi zetu za Maroon Commandos na hali kadhalika Falcon Band. Tafadhali tuendelee.
Soki na zui yangai moto,
all-in-one system. It has the battery, it has the inverter, and the energy management. Okay. This is what we supply our lights.
Why does it look smaller than usual?
Compact. The technology.
Why does this thing look smaller than usual? Normally they are normally.
This is the latest technology, sir. It's fully integrated with the inverter, the battery system, and the computerized mechanism. Okay. So it covers the whole thing.
This is from China or
from China, SAJ plant.
Okay. You give me the contact. I want to put some solar in your house. You can do something.
We'll do that.
Yeah?
We'll deliver this in 2 months.
In 2 months.
Care, St. Mark's Anglican Church Choir, Moi Barracks, ambao wataweza kutuletea wimbo unaosema Mungu wa majeshi. St. Mark's Anglican Church Choir, Moi Barracks, na wimbo wao Mungu wa majeshi. Iwapo mko tayari, muweze kutupa burudani.
Hongera jeshi.
Asanteni sana St. Mark's Anglican Church Choir. Tukipata nafasi tutaweza kuwapa tena. Asanteni sana. Tuwape makofi wanapoondoka. Asanteni. Falcon Band, mnaweza kuendelea tafadhali.
Okay. Okay. Iyo kasa. Falcon Band. Tunaendelea mbele.
Kujibandika madaraka siyo yako bwana wewe. Kama wewe ungenipenda, ya nini kunidanganya bwana we? Kujibandika madaraka siyo yako bwana wewe. Nimesikia tetesi kuwa una lolote hata kazi unaye. Unazurura mchana kutwa kupita kurandaranda mitaani. Nimesikia tetesi kuwa una lolote hata kazi unaye. Unazurura mchana kutwa kupita kurandaranda mitaani. Kumbe ukuwa na uwezo wa kunioa ila kuniharibia maisha. Heri uniambie ukweli unipa kuliko kunidanganya. Nikuelewe vipi babu we, uaminifu wako uko wapi baba? Nikuelewe vipi babu we, uaminifu wako uko wapi?
Asante sana
baba.
Asante sana wenzangu, niruhusu nifanye itifaki. Ningependa kutambua kuwasili kwake Luteni Generali David Tarus, Vice Chancellor National Defence University Kenya. Ameweza pia kujiunga Naibu Inspector General wa Polisi Bwana Eliud Lagat ambaye yuko pamoja nasi Major Generali Eric Kinudia, yuko pamoja nasi Major Generali Said Mohamed Farah, yuko pamoja nasi Major Generali Agostino Lobali, yuko pamoja nasi Major Generali John Maison Olenkoimo, yuko pamoja nasi Major Generali William Karisa Shume, miongoni mwa maafisa wa ngazi za juu walioweza kujiunga nasi siku hii ya leo kwa ajili ya sherehe hii ya siku ya majeshi. Basi kuzidi kuwakumbusha ni kwamba wakati wowote tokea sasa tutaweza kumpokea mgeni wetu rasmi, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa Majeshi ya Ulinzi hapa uwanjani, na tutazidi kuwakumbusha kwamba atakapojiunga nasi sote kwa heshima tutaweza kusimama kuweza kumkaribisha Mheshimiwa Rais. Basi yuko pamoja nasi pia Major Generali Luka Kuto, yuko pamoja nasi. Wanawasili hivi sasa Service Commanders, kamanda wa jeshi letu la wanamaji Major Generali Paul Otieno War, akiwa ameandamana na kamanda wa jeshi la wanaanga Major Generali Bernard Waliaula. Anawasili pia naibu mkuu wa majeshi ya ulinzi Luteni Generali John Mugaravai Omenda, na hali kadhalika namuona waziri wetu wa ulinzi Mheshimiwa Soipan Tuya ambaye amejiunga nasi rasmi, pamoja na katibu wizara ya ulinzi Mheshimiwa Daktari Patrick Mariru ambaye ni katibu wizara ya ulinzi, ameweza kuwasili kupata kuwa nasi katika hafla hii muhimu. Tutarudi kwa wenzetu band ya Falcon tuweze kuendelea na burudani tunaposubiri Mheshimiwa Rais kujiunga nasi mahali hapa rasmi.
Shukran.
Sasa
Shukran za dhati. Upande ule wa pili ukiweza kutazama msafara wa Mheshimiwa Rais, ukiweza kujiongea hapa kwa njia iliyo shwari. Nilivyokuwa nimesema hapa awali, yuko pamoja nasi pia Meja Jenerali Idi, na hali kadhalika jenerali anayesimamia majeshi ukanda wa magharibi Meja Jenerali Jeff Mungai Nyaga. Hali kadhalika mwenyeji wetu siku ya leo Brigedia William Leonard Kwai Kamwiro ambaye yeye ndiye brigade commander brigade ya pili katika jeshi la nchi kavu. Ukitazama upande ule wa pili, waelekezi wangu tuweze kupeleka runinga zetu upande ule wa pili tuweze kupata msafara wa Mheshimiwa Rais unapokuja mahali hapa rasmi, na nilivyokuwa nimesema pindi tu Mheshimiwa Rais taweza kuwa anajiunga nasi mahali hapa rasmi, sote kwa heshima tutaombwa kuweza kusimama. Asante. Pia nakumbushwa na mwelekezi wangu Meja Jamal, yuko nasi mwenyekiti wa MWAC Mam Grace Kahariri. Kwa heshima naomba sote tusimame kuweza kumkaribisha Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu Majeshi ya Ulinzi Mheshimiwa Daktari William Samoei Ruto anapojiunga nasi hii leo kwa sherehe ya siku ya kijeshi katika gatuzi la Uasin Gishu kikosi cha 9 hapa Eldoreti Moi Barracks. Kwa heshima naomba sote tusimame tafadhali. Mheshimiwa Rais hivi sasa akiweza kuja akiwa ameandamana na mkuu wa majeshi ya ulinzi Jenerali Charles Mreu Kahariri na kamanda wa jeshi letu la nchi kavu Luteni Jenerali David Kipkemboi Keter. Na kwa mengi zaidi nitampisha mwenzangu aweze kuendelea.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, shortly we are welcoming our chief guest, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, grace this auspicious occasion as we celebrate the Kenya Defense Forces Day 2025 here at Moi Barracks, Eldoret. Welcome, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I request that we remain upstanding and remove our headdresses for our prayer led by our chaplaincy. Chaplaincy, please.
Let's pray. Almighty Father, we are before your grace with praises and thanksgiving in our hearts for your faithfulness, love, and goodness. On this great day, we lift up the brave men and women who serve in KDF. We thank you for their courage, dedication, and sacrifice. We ask for your divine protection upon them. We pray for families who share in their sacrifices, bearing the weight of separation and uncertainty. Comfort them, provide for them, and fill their hearts with hope and pride. Bless our nation with unity, stability, peace, and prosperity. This is our prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
In the name of Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, sir, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, the Governor of Uasin Gishu County, the Chief members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this momentous occasion here at Moi Barracks, Eldoret, in the great county of Uasin Gishu, as we celebrate this year's KDF Day. Your Excellency, this auspicious occasion honors the spirit of service, dedication, and excellence that define the Kenya Defense Forces. As we gather here today, we celebrate the
Ni siku ya jeshi letu nchini Kenya. Hakika tunasherehekea huduma zao na bidii yao ya kuilinda Kenya. Mipaka yetu sasa iko salama. Hakuna magaidi toka Somalia wamefika Kongo, Sudani ya Kusini. Mungu twaomba, linda jeshi letu. Hongera jeshi, hongera, hongera sana. Hongera jeshi, hongera, twajivunia. Asante, twakupa sifa. Asante, kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu ni imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu ni imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Amiri mkuu wa jeshi, rais wetu, twakupa heko kwa uongozi bora na makamanda wako kwa ushirikiano kuhakikisha Kenya iko salama. Rais wetu, mawaziri wetu na viongozi wote wa serikali, twawashukuru nyote kwa kufadhili jeshi. Twawaombea Mungu awabariki. Hongera jeshi, hongera, hongera sana. Hongera, twajivunia. Asante, twakupa sifa. Asante kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu ni imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. jasiri kwa kutulinda. Kuna wanajeshi wetu walopoteza maisha vitani, wajane na mayatima walioachwa sifadhaike. Hao ni mashujaa, twawakumbuka kwa uzalendo. Huko ni kujitolea kwa ajili ya Kenya. Hongera jeshi, hongera, hongera sana. Hongera jeshi, hongera, twajivunia. Asante Mungu, asante. Ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu wanaanga imara. Ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Ombi letu Mungu, bariki Kenya, tupe amani, tufanye maendeleo, tuishi kwa upendo, umoja siku zote. Wewe ni Mungu unayeweza yote. Ngome yetu imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda. Ngome yetu imara, ni jasiri kwa kutulinda.
Tuwapongeze kwa makofi mazuri St. Mark's Moi Barracks Anglican Church Choir. Bila shaka Mungu ni wa majeshi. Mheshimiwa Rais, tayari mbele yako ni wanafunzi wa shule ya sekondari ya kati ya Moi Barracks watakao tuletea shairi lenye anwani Mkuki wa Almasi. Moi Barracks JSS ukipenda, na shairi lao Mkuki wa Almasi. Iwapo mko tayari muweze kutupa burudani.
Akishatazama mbali, taona maadui yake ni macho makali, mjasiri kama tai, tegua ila na hali, shughulikia uhai. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. Mlemba milimani, usanga kiwa makini, hupenyeza vichakani, jangwa lisilo laini, moyo wake wa imani, ufyeka ila porini. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. Kwa vifaru na magari, anauzima uzushi, usonga kwa misali, somo mbinu za kijeshi, kufa kupona jasiri, wasiwasi bila ubishi. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. Jitoa mhanga, ona hapo pasipo malipo, huichunga kila kona, mnusa hadi alipo, kwa kujitolea sana, hata kifa papo hapo. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. Afisa shujaa mkali, anafaulu vitani, nchi yetu ijali, ingia kwa hatari. Yeye ana maadili, anang'aa duniani. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. Wa kiume na wa kike, uhudumu kwa nidhamu, afata sheria zake pasipo na udhalimu. Ulinzi dhamani kwake ni jasho lake la damu. Mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu. mlinda heshima, maadili wakomesha, ameshasimama wima, ni nani atamtisha? Magwana ni tena jema, somo la jeshi kabisha, mkuki wa almasi huilinda nchi yetu santa.
Tuwapongeze kwa makofi mazuri Moi Barracks JSS kwa shairi lao mkuki wa almasi. Mheshimiwa Rais, na huo ndio mwisho wa kipindi cha burudani. Niweze kumpisha mwenzangu Meja Jamal aweze kuendelea na ratiba iliyosalia.
Your Excellencies, our distinguished guests, as our exceptional entertainers take their final bow, we now transition from applause to accolades and into the distinguished portion of our program dedicated to speeches, special honors, and awards. Your Excellency, sir, at this point, may I kindly request for you to move forward and present the honors and awards to the officers and service members. So the first one is Lieutenant General Retired Daniel Ishmael Opande. Lieutenant General Retired Opande holds the distinguished honor of being the first commanding officer of the 9th Battalion Rifles when the unit was formed on 1st September 1979. The accolade presented to him today commemorates iconic photographs from that historic day to 14th October 2025, a remarkable 46 years symbolizing an enduring legacy of leadership and dedication. Lieutenant General Opande will go on to become one of Kenya's most celebrated peacekeepers, serving with exemplary across Africa and gaining international recognition for his profound contributions to regional peace and security. For his exceptional leadership, pioneering service, and unwavering commitment to the Kenya Defense Forces and the nation, Lieutenant General Retired Opande is hereby honorably recognized and celebrated. Let's extend a round warm of applause to Lieutenant General Retired Opande. Captain Ian Owor Odwor, Kenya Army. Captain Odwor excelled in operations, demonstrating extraordinary valor, and for his gallantry, leadership, and devotion to duty under hostile conditions, Captain Odwor is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round warm of applause once more to Captain Odwor. Captain Joseph Mapiku Suma, Kenya Air Force. Captain Suma excelled in innovation and for his exceptional technical acumen, innovativeness, and unwavering dedication to duty, Captain Suma is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Captain Suma for his excellence in innovativeness. (62253) Warrant Officer Class 1 Gideon Kipkoech Kering, Kenya Army. Warrant Officer 1 Kering excelled in emergency and disaster support operations, and for his outstanding performance, dedication, and devotion to duty, Warrant Officer 1 Kering is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Warrant Officer Class 1 Gideon Kipkoech Kering. (65320) Senior Sergeant Daniel Lesan Lantei, Kenya Army. Senior Sergeant Lantei excelled in operations, demonstrating exceptional courage, determination, and heroism under fire. For his exceptional courage, presence of mind, and determination in the face of grave danger, Senior Sergeant Lantei is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend once more a round of applause to Senior Sergeant Lantei. 99554, Sergeant Wanga Saumu Saleh, Kenya Army. As part of KDF's modernization initiatives, Sergeant Saleh excelled in the successful ERP system rollout. For her dedication, adaptability, and mission-first mindset, she is honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Sergeant Wanga Saumu Saleh from Kenya Army. 105706, Warrant Officer Class 1 Mika Kalokenu, Kenya Air Force. Warrant Officer 1 Kalokenu excelled in innovation and ingenuity for impact, and for his innovativeness and unwavering dedication to service, Warrant Officer Class 1 Kalokenu is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Warrant Officer 1 Kalokenu for his excellence in innovations. (106597), Warrant Officer Class 2 Newton Gregory Lungaho, Kenya Air Force. Warrant Officer Lungaho excelled in environmental stewardship and innovativeness, and for his outstanding leadership, technical skills, and commitment to excellence, Warrant Officer Class 2 Lungaho is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Warrant Officer Class 2 Newton Gregory Lungaho. (35877), Sergeant Bernard Kibet Rono, Kenya Navy. Sergeant Bernard Rono excelled in disaster and flood rescue operations, and for his exceptional professionalism and outstanding devotion to service, Sergeant Rono is hereby honorably recognized. Sergeant Bernard Rono excelled in disaster and flood rescue operations, and for his exceptional professionalism and outstanding devotion to service, Sergeant Rono is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Sergeant Bernard Kibet Rono from Kenya Navy. 136718, Corporal Charles Otieno Okello, Kenya Navy. Corporal Okello excelled in innovativeness and exceptional craftsmanship, and for demonstrating outstanding initiative and a strong sense of responsibility, Corporal Okello is hereby honorably recognized. Let's extend a round of applause to Corporal Charles Otieno Okello. 163186, Corporal Boniface Mushiri, Kenya Army. Your Excellency is currently on international duty with the Harambee Stars, and as such, the award will be received on his behalf by his officer commanding, Major Amos Ouko, Kenya Army. Corporal Mushiri excelled in football, serving as Ulinzi Football Club captain and representing Kenya in the recently concluded 2024 CHAN tournament. For his outstanding discipline, commitment, and exemplary performance in representing Kenya and KDF in football, Corporal Mushiri is hereby honorably recognized. Let's once more extend a round of applause to Corporal Mushiri. Your Excellency, that marks the end of the special honors and awards. May I kindly request, sir, you take your seat. Your Excellency, it is now my profound privilege and honor to invite the Chief of Defense Forces, General Charles Kariri, to graciously lead us through this part of the program. CDF, sir.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, our Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Defense, Governor of Uasin Gishu County, our Cabinet Secretary, VCDF Service Commanders, General Officers, our veterans, and in this case, Your Excellency, allow me to recognize the presence of two former Chiefs of General Staff, General Daudi Tonje and General Jeremiah Kianga. All retired generals, officers, warrant officers, and service members, askari wote, wageni wetu na familia zetu, itifaki yote ikihudhuriwa. Your Excellency, it is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to this year's KDF Day celebration, which is going to be a special one. Today, you have joined us, adorned in the official Commander-in-Chief regalia, and we really appreciate. Na hakika askari wote wamefurahia. Mmefurahia? Askari wote mmefurahia? So, Your Excellency, this day, other than us giving an opportunity to reflect on our past, present, and future aspiration, it is critically about honoring our fallen heroes and those that have paid the ultimate price and sacrifice in the service of their country, plus the families that they leave behind. The gallant men and women who paid this price in defense of our republic deserve this commemoration. Their courage, sacrifice, and devotion to duty continue to inspire all of us that wear the uniform. Your Excellency, no unit of KDF has made greater sacrifice than this great unit that was established by General Pandey as the first commanding officer, and those generals and officers and service members that have served in its ranks. It is why we have honored them by hosting these celebrations here at Moi Barracks. We therefore honor those gallant soldiers and their families. Your Excellency, this year's theme for this occasion is enhancing a soldier-centric approach towards mission readiness for national security and development. And it reminds us that our greatest strength lies in the well-being and readiness of each and every soldier. A mission-ready force begins with a motivated, empowered, and well-supported service personnel, both physically, mentally, professionally, and socially. Your Excellency, as we mark this day, we express our sincere appreciation to you and to your government for the unwavering support extended to the Kenya Defence Forces in many ways, but I pick out equipment modernization, housing, and medical services as the critical pathways to our mission readiness, which you have supported us very, very generously. These interventions will significantly enhance our operational capability, improve welfare, and strengthen morale across all ranks. Your Excellency, KDF remains firmly focused on its core mandate, that is defending and protecting sovereignty and territorial integrity of this republic. In today's complex and dynamic security environment, we continue to strengthen adopting multi-agency approach to national security operations and nation building, working closely with other institutions of government to safeguard our country, contribute to peace, prosperity, and development. To this end, I wish to recognize the civilian arm of the ministry, headed by our Chief of Defense Forces, Honorable Soipan Tuya, the PS, and the entire component, that are our key bridge to government and other agencies, and also ensuring that every policy direction is followed through and implemented through us. The KDF Foundation rests on loyalty, integrity, professionalism, and service to duty. and that is service to the nation before self. I need to emphasize that. Service before self. We continue to uphold our proud tradition, Your Excellency, of being apolitical and guided solely by our constitutional duty and mandate, and commitment to the people of Kenya. We also recognize the centrality of our families in sustaining a mission readiness force. Behind every uniform stands a families whose love, support, and sacrifice enable our soldiers to serve with courage and focus. We honor them today as an integral part of the defense community. Your Excellency, on behalf of the entire Kenya Defense Forces, I reaffirm our unwavering dedication to duty, discipline, and service to our nation. Allow me to acknowledge for these celebrations the meticulous preparations that have been put in place, and I thank the Commander Kenya Army for leading the team that handled this task. With those said, may God bless the Kenya Defense Forces. May God bless our great motherland, Kenya. It is now my honor and humble duty to invite Your Excellency to address your troops and the nation at large on this auspicious occasion. Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. We can take our seats. Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Defense, Principal Secretary and Staff, Chief of the Defense Forces, retired Chiefs of Defense Forces, Service Commanders, General Officers, retired General Officers and Service Personnel, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pride and honor to join you today here at Moi Barracks, Eldoret, as we mark the Kenya Defense Forces Day. This occasion is a moment of deep national pride, a day when we pause as a nation to honor our gallant men and women in uniform, officers whose enduring courage and steadfast devotion to duty have safeguarded our sovereignty, upheld our security, and advanced our stability and prosperity. Today's celebrations, guided by the theme enhancing a soldier-centric approach towards mission readiness for national security and development, comes at a defining moment, capturing both the spirit of our times and the enduring call to place the soldier at the heart of our national security and development agenda. We are reminded that the true heart of our national defense lies not only in our weapons or technology, vital though they are, but in the courage, welfare, and the unwavering readiness of the Kenyan soldier. It is the soldier who stands as the living shield of our sovereignty, the steadfast pillar upon which our security progress and national destiny are built. At the core of our celebration today, ladies and gentlemen, is the recognition of the immense sacrifices made by our soldiers. Every soldier who dons the Kenyan uniform carries the hopes, safety, and dignity of millions of our citizens. They operate in punishing terrains, enduring long separations from their families, and face danger with extraordinary courage. We cannot forget our brave heroes and heroines who have paid the ultimate price in the line of duty, defending our borders, securing our communities from the threat of terrorism, and serving in peace support operations beyond our borders. Their memory is etched in the conscience of our republic. We owe an ending debt of gratitude to them and to their families, whose sacrifice continues to inspire our nation's resolve. As Commander-in-Chief, I solemnly reaffirm the government's resolute commitment to honoring their service through devoted care and support for their dependents. Ladies and gentlemen, mission readiness is measured by the strength of the men and women in uniform, their physical fitness, psychological resilience, moral grounding, and first, the welfare of the soldiers and their families. We have expanded healthcare in military facilities, accelerated housing projects across services, bases, and barracks, and enhanced family support programs. When a soldier has the comfort of knowing that family is safe and supported, they serve with sharper focus, greater courage, and unshakable resolve. Second, we are investing heavily in training and professional development. We have upgraded training facilities, integrated advanced simulation technologies, and deepened professional military education. Through collaboration with allied nations, our troops now alongside the best, mastering both conventional and modern forms of warfare. Third, we are modernizing our equipment and technology. Bravery alone does not win battles. Preparedness does. The government has fast-tracked the acquisition and modernization of defense systems, improved mobility platforms, and strengthened cyber and intelligence capabilities. The battlefield is changing rapidly, and Kenya must always remain a step ahead of emerging threats. Fourth, we are reinforcing psychological and spiritual support. Mission readiness demands inner peace and strength as much as physical endurance. We are scaling up programs to address post-traumatic stress, build resilience, and provide moral guidance, recognizing that the mind and spirit of a soldier are as vital as their skill and strength. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya Defense Forces now stand as a pivotal crossroads in history. The world around us is transforming from cyber warfare and terrorism to violent extremism, climate-driven security risks, and transnational organized crime around us. Closer home, we continue to guard our borders, protect our seas, and confront threats to our peace and stability. In all this, the Kenya Defense Forces have shown exemplary mission readiness. Through operations such as Linda Nchi, contributions to the Africa Union Transition Mission in Somalia, and the humanitarian assistance across our counties during national disasters, our officers have demonstrated that readiness is not confined to the battlefield. It also extends to every sphere where the safety and dignity of Kenyans are at stake. Our approach must therefore remain dynamic, collaboration, and investing in rapid deployment capabilities. Distinguished guests, security and development are two sides of the same coin. Without security, there can be no sustainable development. And without development, insecurity finds fertile ground. The KDF, through their discipline and professionalism, continues to contribute immensely to our national development agenda. Fellow citizens, the story of KDF is the story of what is possible when Kenyans choose excellence over average service over selfishness, and courage over comfort. The transformation of our nation depends on this very spirit, the willingness to think big, to believe in our own potential, and to reject the limits of the ordinary. I have said it before, I repeat it here today again, that we must reject mediocrity in all its forms. We must aim higher, work harder, and serve better. We must settle for nothing less than the very best. Kenya Defence Forces are our heroes and patriots who continue to serve our beloved country with unmatched efficiency, discipline, and commitment. The KDF has remained a shining symbol of professionalism and integrity, not only in protecting our sovereignty, but also in driving the very transformation of our nation. Across Kenya, the fingerprints of the KDF are everywhere. You have built roads that connect communities and open new frontiers of opportunity. You have supported the construction of hospitals and schools that give life and hope to our people. You have played a pivotal role in iconic infrastructure projects such as Talanda Stadium, embodying our belief in talent, excellence, and national pride. In the North Rift, your courage and discipline have restored peace and order, allowing families and businesses to thrive once again. Our soldiers have also been instrumental in disaster response, medical outreaches, and environmental conservation efforts such as tree planting, all of which strengthen our national resilience and defense. We shall continue to harness the skills and expertise of the Kenya Defence Forces in nation-building projects, whether in housing, manufacturing, innovation, or national infrastructure. And I'm very proud that finally we will have the Ulinzi Construction Company that will have all the capabilities for us to have KDF undertake construction of roads, bridges, houses, especially in difficult areas of our nation. I have committed to the KDF fraternity that the government of Kenya is going to put at their disposal all the equipment necessary for us to realize this vision, because we want to establish bases in some of the difficult areas in Kenya, in Turkana, in West Pokot, in northern Kenya, and many other areas that are of necessity to be able to protect our country. We shall also continue to deepen defense cooperation with regional and international partners, strengthen our interoperability, and enhance intelligence gathering. These partnerships not only improve our mission readiness, but also elevate Kenya's role as a responsible and respected member of the international community. As President and Commander-in-Chief, I am proud of what you have achieved, not only because you serve with honor, but also because your work gives life to the government's vision of a transformed and prosperous Kenya. You are builders of the Kenya we dream of, a Kenya that is modern, united, secure, and full of possibility. To the men and women of the Kenya Defence Forces, your patriotism, discipline, and professionalism inspired this great republic. You remind us that Kenya's destiny will not be achieved by half measures, but by total dedication to duty and to one another. As I said, we must believe in God, we must believe in ourselves, and we must believe in our country. It is the ingredients that will inspire us to move this nation from a third world country to a first world country in our lifetime. With the example that has been set by the Kenya Defence Forces, it expands the horizon of possibilities that can be achieved by our nation, Kenya. KDF has served in the international community in the peacekeeping missions around the world with exceptional excellence. They remind us that that excellence in our soldiers, in our military personnel, exists in every Kenyan. And therefore, we must never settle for the average or the ordinary. We must always work for the very best and the excellent. That is how we are going to move this country to the next level. As Commander-in-Chief, I thank you for standing tall for Kenya, for building, protecting, and transforming our nation with excellence and pride. As I donned this Commander-in-Chief uniform today, it reminded me of my early years as a student, as a pupil, actually, in Kamagut Primary School just next door. In 1979, when this base was set up, I was a standard 6 pupil. Today, with a lot of pride, I saw the choir from St. Mark, my village mates, sing here. And they were singing about the Commander-in-Chief. I don't know whether they knew who that was. And with, again, a lot of pride to see the development that has gone on in this institution and the great strides that have been made by not just the 9th Battalion, but the Kenya Defence Forces. Congratulations on all the positive steps that you are making to secure our nation. Once upon a time, I watched as a pupil, as there was training of soldiers around this compound. We saw them carry huge logs on their shoulders, go through what is making steps, positive steps. Ladies and gentlemen, the soldiers' mission is not theirs alone. It is ours collectively as a nation. Every citizen has a role in safeguarding peace and stability. Communities must work with our security agencies to identify and report threats. Civil institutions must complement military efforts through dialogue, education, and economic empowerment. Political leaders must guard against divisive rhetoric and instead strengthen national unity. Today, I call upon every Kenyan to stand firmly behind the Kenya Defence Forces. Let us accord them the respect, cooperation, and gratitude they so richly deserve. As we celebrate this year's KDF Day, let us remember that at the center of our national defense stands the soldier, courageous, resilient, and devoted. Our collective commitment as government and citizens is to ensure that every soldier is trained, equipped, supported, and honored. To every member of the Kenya Defence Forces, I say this: you are the shield and sword of our republic. You carry the hopes of generations, the pride of our people, and the dignity of our flag. To the families, and this morning I was reminded that soldiers enlist, families serve. To the families of our distinguished soldiers, therefore, receive our deepest gratitude for supporting these brave warriors throughout their journey of service to the nation and to humanity. I thank you all. Have a great KDF Day. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Kinafuata kipindi cha sherehe za machweo ya jua, beating of the retreat by the KDF band. Bendi tafadhali, wapo mko tayari, uwanja ni wenu. Mheshimiwa Rais, ni zamu ya mkurugenzi wa muziki Jeshi la Wanaanga Luteni Steven Njuguna kuweza kuchukua usukani wa bendi hizi. Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa heshima naomba sote tusimame kwa ajili ya wimbo wa Injili, wimbo wa kushusha bendera zetu, wimbo wetu wa taifa na wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki. Hivi sasa mwelekezi mkuu wa bendi hizi Senior Sergeant Simon Masinde akija kumwomba kwa heshima rais idhini ya kuondoa bendi hizi uwanjani. Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba kwa heshima tuketi tafadhali. Anaondoka hivi sasa mkurugenzi wa muziki Jeshi la Wanaanga Luteni Steven Njuguna baada ya kutekeleza wajibu wake alasiri ya leo. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kuweza kupokea saluti hiyo kutoka kwa bendi za majeshi ya ulinzi. Mheshimiwa Rais wanapoondoka, nitaomba tuweze kuketi ili tuweze kupewa utaratibu wa picha ya kumbukumbu. Siku hii ya leo tarehe 14 Oktoba mwaka huu 2025 tuliweza kutekeleza na kusherehekea sherehe za siku ya KDF katika kikosi hiki cha 9 Barracks hapa Eldoret. Mheshimiwa Rais, utashuhudia ukiwa amiri jeshi mkuu kwamba kila kitu katika majeshi ya ulinzi hufanywa kwa mpango na kwa muda mfupi. Ndiposa Mheshimiwa Rais, tunazidi kushukuru majukumu ambayo umetupa ya kuweza kuendelea na ulinzi wa taifa na hali kadhalika kuhakikisha kwamba miundo misingi ya taifa letu la Kenya inazidi kuboreshwa.
Your Excellency, for our next part of the program, which will be transitioning to a commemorative photograph session, and I kindly request the Military Wives Association team, led by the chairperson, Madam Grace Kahariri, to take up their position. I can see the seats already set. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, as we conclude today's memorable KDF Day celebrations, we reflect with pride on our rich heritage of service while embracing a future filled with promise and unwavering commitment. Thank you all for joining us in these celebrations, and we do pledge to continue protecting and serving our beloved nation with honor, dedication, and pride. Your Excellency, as we capture this historic moment, this photo session will serve as a lasting memory of today's celebration and the distinguished individuals who have graced us with their presence on this momentous occasion. As such, allow me to read to you the exposures as they will be following each other. Your Excellency, I now kindly request the Permanent Secretary for Defense, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces, the Police Service, retired General Tonje, retired General Kianga, and retired General Opande, together with the General Officer commanding West Command, to take their seats on the photo session. Your Excellency, today's celebration honors the illustrious heritage and exemplary achievements and unwavering commitment of our esteemed Kenya Defence Forces. At this particular point, Your Excellency, I'll kindly request that you join into the photo session accompanied by the Cabinet Secretary for Defence and the Chief of Defence Forces. Your Excellency, please. May I kindly request the Military Wives Association Executive Committee members to join into the photo. Kindly request the Governor of Uasin Gishu County as well to join into the photo session. Welcome, sir.